Hello guys, in today's video we're going to check out the top 5 best business laptops in 2019. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. To see the price and find out more information about these laptops, you can check out the description below. Also, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with the latest technology reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. At number 5, it's the Acer Aspire E15. As the demand for mid-range laptops grows, the market is saturated with a lot of choices. Most of those laptops make us choose between some advantages, but there are some kinds that do not compromise. One of the very best in this class is the Acer Aspire E15. It's a decent all-rounder that doesn't break the bank and aims for way higher than its league. It offers good performance, a 15-inch screen with a sharp 1080p display, a decent battery life, and it stays moderately cool under heavy tasks. It may have some shortcomings, but they're neglectable in this category. While not being an eye candy, the Aspire E15 with its plain design in the trackpad area and its brushed metal look on the lid is not hideous. It's bulky, but with a plastic frame, which does a nice job of keeping the heat under control. With a weight of 5.27 pounds and a thickness of 1.2 inches, it's not the most portable of laptops, but it's not the worst choice either. Also, for a mid-range laptop, it has a large option of ports. Aspire's E15 display is decent at best, with its 15-inch non-touch display. Actually, the image was rather sharp with a lot of detail, just the colouring was a bit off, which gave away the magic. Other than the colours, it's a very good display with an above-average brightness from its peers in the class. The keyboard is decent with good space between the keys, even with a number pad. Just if there was a little more travel distance in the keys, it would be perfect. The trackpad is ideal and very responsive and has a large size. Performance is where the Aspire E15 shines the most, with an 8th generation Intel Core i3-8130U CPU, 6GB of RAM and 1TB hard drive. It handled most of the tests, such as a heavy use test, where there were dozens of tabs and a 1080p video streaming, and there were no signs of it slowing down. In the Geekbench 4.1 overall performance benchmark, it scored 7871. It comes equipped with Intel's UHD Graphics 620 GPU, which has scored 63817 on the Ice Storm Unlimited graphics test, which is a solid number considering its class. The battery is also solid with a lifespan of 8.5 hours with moderate use. This is a good all-round solid machine that aims above its weight class. At number 4, it's the LG 13Z970. For the dynamic office dweller that darts between meetings all day, one of the most important aspects when choosing a laptop is its portability and weight. The LG Gram 13Z970 is the lightest around, with a weight of just under a kilogram, 965 grams to be exact. It's the most lightweight with such performance. Combined with its simplistic looks, it's the best office companion for those on the road. The LG Gram 13Z970 design-wise may be argued that it's dull and boring, but the designers have purposely gone with this design with the 21st century businessman in mind. The build quality is pretty good and everything seems fine to the touch. The lid is a little rough to the touch without feeling like LG has used cheap plastic. There are no unintended gaps in the chassis or in between materials. Everything purposely fits in the unibody appearance. Some may be worried about its rigidity, and yes, it may be a bit fragile, but it's expected with such a lightweight laptop. The display is a 13.3-inch IPS LCD screen with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. It has a refresh rate of 60 Hz, which is typical in ultra-portable displays. The display is good in every aspect, colors are decent, the image is sharp, and the response rate is pretty good, just as you would expect from a laptop of this kind. The keyboard and the trackpad are quite good as well, nothing over the top, but no gimmicks either. The keyboard is pretty standard for its class. The trackpad is quite large and has high responsivity and sensitivity levels. The LG Gram 13Z970 comes packed with an Intel Core i5-8250U and 8GB of RAM. As for memory, it has 256GB SSD, which is pretty good. Benchmark tests reveal that the LG Gram 13 is roughly around the same result as its classmates. Battery life is where this ultra-portable excels though. it packs a 72 watt-hour battery, which when tested has translated to 12 hours of constant web surfing. This means that you can take it to the office for the day without worrying about charging it. All these features lead us to the same target market: office dwellers that want a functional and light device with extraordinary battery life. It's more than enough to make you satisfied for your everyday life. At number 3, it's the Microsoft Surface Pro 6. Two-in-one laptop options are becoming more common than ever. They look attractive, are pretty functional, and have high performance. So what's not to love? While manufacturers are making better machines every day, it's pretty common for customers to make a jump to a two-in-one. Microsoft has put on its weight in this market with a new Microsoft Surface Pro 6. It's pretty beautiful and slick with performance to back it up. This is the go-to choice if you really want a two-in-one. This is a gorgeous looking laptop and the new black color scheme looks fantastic. Coming in at just 0.33 inches and a weight of 1.7 kilograms, it's pretty portable. The panel of the laptop features 12.3 inches diagonally with a resolution of 2736 by 1824, translating into 267 ppi. As we look at images, it's a pretty decent display. It has a tempered glass for protection. It really doesn't bother the viewing experience. Videos look clear and sharp with vivid colors and decent contrast. The type cover dock of the tablet features a full QWERTY layout with function keys and a trackpad. Even with the cramped dimensions of the keyboard, the general typing is pretty decent. So you might have the occasional mistake, but it's acceptable in this size. The trackpad is very responsive and sensitive, and that is a good surprise. The Surface Pro 6 comes with good specs, including 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. It performed well for its class in benchmark tests, proving to be very versatile. The Microsoft Surface Pro 6 has an excellent battery life of up to 9 hours of moderate use, which means you can go to the office for a day without packing a charger. When tested with PowerMark to simulate 10 minutes of browsing and 5 minutes of streaming, it's gotten a result of 7 hours and 55 minutes. It takes about 2 hours to charge the laptop to full from a drained battery. The Microsoft Surface Pro 6 is a light and portable laptop that will adapt to your needs. It'll be great for office work, but you can also relax on your commute back home streaming your favorite TV show in high quality without an issue. This is the best two-in-one laptop of 2019 for business purposes, hands down. At number 2, it's the Lenovo ThinkPad T480. When taking into consideration productivity-minded users, the most important features of a laptop should be its endurance and performance. With an epic battery endurance and reliable performance, the Lenovo ThinkPad T480 is the near-perfect business laptop. If you're in the market for a laptop that can take heavy use day in and day out, the Lenovo ThinkPad T480 is certainly a consideration. The chassis is built from a mixture of magnesium hybrid and glass fiber reinforced plastic. It weighs a sturdy 3.6 pounds, and we feel it's built for endurance. It's not the thinnest laptop around, with builds around the ideal of durability, and you can see that it has no flex in any area. In the backpack it feels a little bit heavy, but not that it would put any strain on your shoulders. The display of the ThinkPad T480 is a 14-inch with a non-touch 1080p. The display comes with a matte finish that cuts down the glare drastically. Even when tested in the sun, it's still very reliable. Although not a really bright display, it gets the job done, but it does lack some color and sharpness. The amazing keyboard, however, is a joy to type on, as in every ThinkPad model. With plenty of key travel, a nice spring and multiple levels of backlighting, this keyboard is an example for other manufacturers to follow. The trackpad is also on par. It's quite large, responsive and sensitive, with a mylar coat to make it smooth. Performance is pretty self-explanatory, with an 8th generation Intel Core i5-8250U CPU, 256 SSD storage and 8GB of RAM. Integrated graphics unit is included. Even though it uses a quad-core i5, it can nearly match the performance levels of a Core i7 CPU. Multitasking doesn't put any strain on it, and it performs smoothly under pressure. The fan is nearly inaudible, even in really heavy tasks. When it comes to battery life, the Lenovo ThinkPad T480 takes the cake. With its 6-cell 72 watt-hour battery, it lasts an extraordinary 17 hours while web browsing, which is the best time ever. The Lenovo ThinkPad T480 is an outstanding office laptop with remarkable battery life. It's a great choice for productivity over leisure-minded users. And at number 1, it's the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon. The absolute king of the business laptops, the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon comes with high-performance specs and amazing battery capacity built into the slim and attractive carbon fiber body. It's not difficult to see why this machine is the first choice with office dwellers who have demanding jobs. Its combination of minimalistic design and business-friendly features make it perfect. The ThinkPad series is known for making it an ideal corporate device. The ThinkPad X1 Carbon has certainly raised the bar sky high with business laptops. Its sleek and minimalistic design makes it an ideal choice for corporate life. The case of the laptop is nearly identical to its predecessor, being really light and sturdy. With a combination of hybrid magnesium alloy for the base of the unit and a carbon fiber reinforced plastic for the lid, it has passed many durability tests such as extreme temperatures, shocks and vibrations. For a laptop as thin as the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon, it has a lot of ports, including 2 USB Type-A ports, an HDMI connector, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, a micro SD card slot, a 3.5mm audio connector, and a Kensington lock slot. A lot of ports in the weight of ultra-portable of just 1.3 kilograms, meaning it wouldn't leave a strain on your shoulders. The Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon comes with a 14-inch 1920 by 1080 touch panel or the 2560 1440 HDR non-touch screen. Both look amazing, but the colors on the HDR version seemed more vibrant and are definitely one of the best colors in any laptop display. On both of the screens, the colors really pop up, creating nice visuals. The brightness rating blew the competition away with 469 nits on the light meter. The speakers on the laptop are average, as in every laptop. The keyboard is over the top, and it's maybe the best on laptop keyboards. With the 1.8mm travel, it's the best typing experience you can get from a laptop keyboard. The trackpad is also right on top. With a keyboard fairly large and buttonless, it's extremely accurate and very responsive throughout our testing. Packing a quad-core Core i5-8250U CPU with 8GB of RAM and a 512GB SSD, it handled all of the tests with remarkable results, and in daily use, it's perfectly smooth. In the Geekbench 4 overall performance test, it scored a strong 13173. The graphics are integrated but are pretty good, so you can play low-end games with ease, since everybody deserves a little fun. Battery life is amazing. It lasted a strong 11 hours in moderate use, which should get you by in your workday. There aren't enough words to explain the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. It's an amazing laptop and definitely a must-have.